Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Oh my goodness. Everything that is wrong with the WNBA, the absolute trash, incompetent, pathetic, unprofessional organization that it is, was on display tonight. There is absolutely no reason for any of this. This is an absolute joke, what is going on. No one wants to watch this crap. It is not basketball. This is what they consider a physical league. We've got three absolute incompetent, pathetically bad female referees. Sorry, but I am throwing that out in there because we got to hear about how great the women are all the time. Well, these women sucked. Okay? They are every reason why this game got out of control, because from the tip, they had no control. They let crap go. They let crap escalate. It got worse and worse and worse. And then when it was bad enough for ejections, they didn't eject players. Marina Mabrey absolutely should have had her big backside tossed out of this game, and it didn't happen. So you know what you get? You get more of it, and you get more of it till the point you get the end of the game, and what do? They overcorrect. Sophie Cunningham wraps up JC Sheldon. It is a normal foul, but JC, hothead that she is, gotten away with everything that she's gotten away with, gets up, gets in Sophie's face, and they upgrade Sophie to a flagrant 2 and toss her out for a regular foul, despite the fact that Marina Mabrey blindsides Caitlin Clark after Caitlin Clark gets scraped in the eye by JC Sheldon, blindsides her like a linebacker in an NFL game, and all she gets is a flagrant 1. All she gets is a technical. She's still in the damn game. Absolutely no reason for that whatsoever. It started early. We had stuff like this, right? Because JC Sheldon's always instigating stuff. Look, she is the type of player, I said this before, she's got the fire you want on your team, but she's got that nonsense. Lexi gets in. Mabrey has to get her big butt into it as well, because she always does. And it just continued to escalate from there. We had, it got chippy with Dantas and the foul going on there as well. And it's just absolutely, which led into this stuff. Then we had, I think this is the play. I think this is right. The scrape. Hopefully you can even see these. I don't know. I might have to cover them up. But there should have been 3 fouls here. Then Sheldon takes her eye, then bumps her, and then Clark's walking away, and Marina Mabrey comes and blindsides Caitlin Clark right there. Absolute ejection right there. There's no question about that. Caitlin's dealing with her eye. JC pushes her again, so she pushes her off. She's looking the other way, completely the other way, right there. That is an ejection. That is a suspension. That is a pathetic, disgusting play from a thug. And yes, I called a white girl a thug, so you can keep all your nonsense from what that word means to you out of my comments. But what do the officials do? They take freaking 45 minutes to discuss what's going on when it's the easiest decision in the world, and they don't eject Marina Mabrey. No excuse whatsoever for that. Allows it to escalate is absolutely ridiculous. I can't even remember. I have more, but yeah, you got a technical foul on Caitlin, that's the other thing. Caitlin Clark, were you watching that? Caitlin Clark got a technical foul for getting hit in the eye, pushed by JC Sheldon, blindsided by Marina Mabrey, and Caitlin Clark gets a technical foul. I don't even know what stuff I've got up here for you, but oh yeah, and this shout out Rhodes Rants, because he's right here. This is a great callback, by the way. Rhodes, thanks for finding this. But this is what we should have got from Steffi White. We got nothing from Steffi White, which pisses me off as well. I'm sorry, but you are not a championship caliber coach when you do nothing when all this is going on. You should have gotten the technical foul when this crap was going on. There's no excuse for this, WNBA. No excuse at all. The referees absolutely sucked. They missed the eye poke, by the way. I don't believe that was even called originally. They missed JC Sheldon getting after Caitlin when Caitlin's covering her eye. Caitlin's got her hand on her eye, looking the other direction. Marina Mabrey comes from behind her and blindside checks her to the ground. By the way, that worse than Kennedy Carter. Yes, that worse than Kennedy Carter. You've got Clark, who's already injured, and you come up who didn't do anything. She's injured. You come up from behind her and blindside her like that. Absolutely ridiculous. Mabrey must be suspended. These officials must be suspended. This trash piece of crap organization called the WNBA that is nothing but a charity must get its damn house in order because this is disgusting. No viewer wants to watch this absolute crap show that we've got going on. This is not a serious league. It does not deserve to exist. It should be shut down. Everyone involved should go away and they should start over. By the way, I'm sorry, women, because this officiating crew set you back in the workplace 50 years. This is absolute trash. This is pathetic. There's no way this should ever happen. How does Caitlin Clark get a T for getting hit in the eye and then blindside checked from another player and she gets a technical foul? Please explain that to me. And the Fever better get off their butts too and stop being so damn soft about everything because Marina Mabrey at the very least should have gotten her head taken off on a set pick. Someone should have set a hard pick and then gotten Marina Mabrey out of that game one way or another. There's no excuse for Marina Mabrey to finish that game without some sort of ailment. None. But WNBA, if you wonder why you never had anyone watching before, this is why. If you're wondering why CC fans don't want to watch any of these other games that you put on, this is why. Prime example, number one, my friends. Protect the damn players because we are getting better players. The league is evolving from a player skill standpoint. It truly is. It takes time, folks. It does. But it is getting better in that respect. Absolutely. But you're going to have games officiated like this. You're going to have players that take advantage of it, and then crap's going to escalate. I mean, this isn't because of unskilled players. This stuff will happen in the NBA too. This stuff will happen in the NFL too. It'll happen in the NHL too. It'll happen in baseball when you start getting home runs and pitchers throwing at batters and you don't throw anybody out. And I'm sorry, but Steph White not absolutely losing it and getting at least a technical, if not tossed out, that's bad too. That is not a good look. That is a soft look. This game was everything wrong with the WNBA. The game never had any rhythm. It never got to get going. We never got to get a flow because of this absolute piss poor trash officiating that allowed things to get worse and worse and worse. The Sheldon eye poke, the Mabrey blindside hit, that was your chance to get the game under control. And what you told all the players, what you told the Connecticut Sun was, nah, you can keep doing it. It's good. We're going to allow it. Absolute trash. Hey, by the way, Caitlin Clark became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 100 points and 50 assists in a single season. I just thought I would throw that out there. Um, yeah. So look, it was. Why didn't this update for me? It was, it was a win. Let me put it that way. And I think we got out of it without anyone being permanently injured or out for games because it was ugly, folks. I mean, it's amazing that the Fever scored 88 points. They only took 68 shots. It's about what last year's team average. So it was a little more in the mud. Natasha Howard was solid. I got to give her props on that. Especially, I like the fact that she was battling for the boards. I mean, 7 offensive rebounds, and they weren't her missed layups. She was 5 of 8 from the field, 12 boards, 16 points. Good stuff. Aaliyah Boston was solid today. She was actually, you know what? Aaliyah Boston was probably a better passer today than she was an offensive force. I mean, she's still 4-9, had 9 points, but she grabbed 9 boards. She had 5 assists. She had a steal, a block, no turnovers. Kelsey Mitchell Kelsey Mitchell was interesting. Kelsey Mitchell was getting to the basket. That was the big thing. She got a lot of she missed a couple too, but she got a lot of layups. But as you can see here, only 1 of 7 from three. But that means she was 7 of 11 from two, right? She was getting to the basket. Kelsey Mitchell is so unbelievably explosive. She may be the most athletic player in the W. So it's great to see her get into the bucket. I like that, and I think it was partly she was like, "Hey, man, I'm not hitting the three. I got to do something." Lexi Hull was Lexi Hull. She did miss another layup. It was medium difficulty. Got to clean that up, but plus 29, right? She still did a lot of Lexi Hull things, and the team missed. I think it was like 7 or 8 missed layups in the first half alone. I know I'm talking fast. Apologies, but I'm fired up with that absolute crap show that went on out there. Shout out to Miras Dantas, who had maybe her best game of the season. hit a couple of threes, 4 or 9 from the field, got to the line, 3 of 4, couple rebounds, couple assists, 13 points, which is a season high. Sydney Colson was okay. I mean, she didn't really stand out, but she didn't hurt them. And that's kind of, got to tell you, that's really all I need from Sydney Colson is to not hurt the team when she's out there, and that's huge. Sophie was solid. She didn't take many shots, but she did a lot of other things, and she didn't mess around. So I don't have that clip. Maybe I'll show it tomorrow. I'll try and get into more to see if I can do a follow up on that. I know this turned out more into a rant than a post game, but unfortunately, it wasn't a whole. There's not a whole lot to analyze in this game because of the environment in which it was played because of the officiating. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a disaster up there. Caitlin still had some big shots, getting off the pick and hitting shots like that, boom. But yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll do more. See if I can get some clips and do a little more of a deep dive tomorrow. I know this is absolutely this was a lot more of a ramp of, but look, it has to clean up because I don't know about you, but I want to see the Fever play like the Fever. I want to see the Fever play more like last game. I want to see Caitlin Clark be an offensive powerhouse. I want to see the passes. I want to see what is. Sorry, I thought Sorry, there was a tab open that had some sound going, but I had it muted so you weren't hearing it, but I was hearing it and it was really throwing me off. I didn't know where it was coming from. All right, I'm back. So anyway, about some of the game stuff, right? Like I love the way KM was getting Kelsey Mitchell was getting to the basket. The girls were hustling early. There was a nice play by Aaliyah getting down and getting the ball on the floor and then making a pass out to Howard to get a breakaway. Um, but yeah, it was tough to judge the game because, like I said, no one could get into any type of rhythm because of what the officials were allowing. One thing you saw a couple times was Caitlin's range, which we talked about before, that people don't understand how much it stretches a defense. And when you stretch a defense, there's more space they have to defend. When there's more space they have to defend, it's easier for the offense. There was one opportunity where they double teamed her out high, and she got the ball over, kind of split over with them with a pass to Aaliyah Boston, who then turned and hit Natasha Howard for a layup. And that type of thing happens because of the gravity of Caitlin Clark and what she does to a defense that you don't get elsewhere. She created that bucket by handling the trap, and they had to put the trap out there. She was about where she hit that three on Brianna Stewart, right? You have to pick Caitlin Clark up there because otherwise she'll take that shot. But it's plays like that that create offense that don't even show up in the box score for a player like Caitlin Clark, but she obviously had a huge part in it. Um, but yeah, too often, and I look, part of it I think was Steph White at times. It seemed like they were going Caitlin Clark off the ball a lot again, which I didn't like. But it was also a lot of with the officiating, where it made it seem like a Sun versus Sun game in terms of style last year, and it was not exciting to watch. And again, I'm not putting all that on the Fever, right? Like this isn't a diatribe against how they played and their skill or even Steph White. Although again, I think she was having Caitlin off the ball a little more, but it was just you couldn't have any type of flow or rhythm to this game because of the officiating or maybe the lack of officiating. I guess if you want to look at it like that, well, that part. But watching this again, I was saying like Caitlin's passing is absolutely it's insane. I mean, that she had an inbound pass from offensive baseline to a cutting Dantas for a layup that was just chef's kiss. Absolutely insane passer. Um, but yeah, in the first half, she had 12 points, 5 assists, 2 steals. Her total shooting percentage was, I think, like 80%. But you can see here, like I don't like. I think that's a little out of whack to have Mitchell have 18 shots when Clark had 9, but had 12. But the thing is, it was at one point Kelsey Mitchell had 18 shots and Clark only had 9. But you see, she only played 29 minutes. She sat for a stretch a little longer than I think as usual, as because of everything that was going on, and she got that tech, and so I kind of get that she was being managed a little more, but still, in that 29 minutes, she was a plus 31 for the team in a 17-point win. So her numbers are a little down. I know a lot of people with 95% of you in my poll, almost 500 votes, took the over on 21 and a half. So she needed one more bucket, folks. Y'all realize that? Caitlin Clark needed one more bucket to hit the over. So if you want to all yell at Stephanie White for only playing her 29 minutes and having her only take 12 shots, feel free, because that probably cost a lot of people some money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing with these games nowadays and how easy betting is. Even without the corruption, you get a lot of people are like, "What is going on?" I don't think I had. Did I have any other clips? Oh yeah, I think I showed you that one, right? But yeah, I mean, she still had some big threes. Like, she was what, 4 or 6 from three, so she's still on fire there. Oh yeah, someone sent me the Lexi's fit. Oh, Sophie was being Sophie as well. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it there. I was fired up about the ref thing. I really wanted to talk about that tonight. Let me know in the comments not only your thoughts on all this, but if you want a little more of a deep dive into the game itself tomorrow, I can do that. But man, yeah, I focused more on because this is inexcusable. Like, this wasn't just, oh, we lost because there was, a bad call at the end. This entire thing from start to finish was an absolute inexcusable train wreck. And the WNBA needs to come out and make a statement that this cannot happen again. The WNBA needs to come out and say, hey, Marina Mabrey should have been tossed out of the game. There's no excuse. The entire ref crew has been suspended, and Marina Mabrey has also been suspended. That is what needs to happen. We know it won't, but hey, I'm going to put it out there into the universe anyway. You never know. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, appreciate you checking out this video. Hope you could understand it, because I know I talked a mile a minute. I was worked up on this one. But smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you later.